Hey guys, welcome back. I finished my January campaign. So to recap, if you weren't here for when I rolled for my January TBR, I rolled originally 4 books, but then I got the advantage of removing 1 book. So I had 3 books in this campaign, and they were 2 books from my 25 in 2025 bingo board, and then 1 YA hardcover. So I read When the Moon Hatched and Long Live the Pumpkin Queen from my 25 and 2025, and I read Skyward as my hardcover YA. And it went really well. So now what I have to do is I have to roll to see how much coin I get for each of those books. But I also rolled a disadvantage, and so all 3 of them, the coins are, it's only worth like half the coins that I roll. So for When the Moon Hatched, I get 5 coins. Yay. So I'm just gonna write it on here somewhere just until I can put it in my coin purse, because I'm gonna add it all up at one time. Next up, I read Skyward, and for that one I got 40 coins. So remember, it takes 100 coins to get a new book. So I do get 1 new book because I did finish the campaign. So if I can roll 55, I can get a new book. Okay, and half of 20 is 10. So for the campaign, I earned 55 coins plus 100 for completing the campaign. Now, I did read 2 books that were not part of the campaign, and I don't want to penalize myself for reading outside of the campaign, but I don't want to just immediately give myself like a full book or anything like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to roll the percentile die one more time, and it's going to be kind of like a power-up situation. So since I read 2 books outside of the campaign, whatever I roll, I'm going to multiply by 2. So 20 times 2 is 40. So that means in total, I earned 195 coin for this campaign, which was almost enough for 2 books. I also said that I was going to have these side quests. So they were like goals pertaining to my writing, health goals, things like that. So far, let's see, I have earned a roll for walking 5 miles. I've walked 8 miles. Yes, I've walked 8 miles so far this month. So I get to roll once for that. And I've lost 5 pounds. So I get to roll once for that. So that would be 40 for walking 5 miles this month. And 100. Oh, I won a book. Yay. And 100 for losing 5 pounds this month. So in total, I ended up with 335 coins for this first month, which is enough to buy myself 3 books. Anyways, so now it's time to roll for my February TBR. I am about to go to the library, and before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and roll for my February TBR, just in case I need to get any books while I'm at the library. And excuse the light. I should have done this in the morning time. Now that it's afternoon, the light's shining into my face. So 9. Oh, Jesus. I am going to have to read 9 books in February. Okay, how will those be chosen? Let's see. 1, prompts. So I have to roll 9 prompts. Let's see. So here are the prompts. So 1, 13 is I choose. Okay, I choose. So that's 1. 18 is a book over 300 pages. Yay. Okay, but Wheel of Time should work for that one. Okay, 3 is going to be 12, which is a roll for 100. Okay, so we'll do that in a minute. So that's 3. 4 is a 25 and 2025 book. Okay. 5th book is going to be another I Choose. Okay. Book number 6 is something cozy. Book number 7 is a newer release. Okay, at least I'm getting good prompts. Book number 8, a little too enthusiastic there. Book number 8 is going to be a classic. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. And finally, book number 9 is going to be a book you have been intimidated by. Okay, so I'm gonna go back through all of that. I'm gonna have to write all of that down. And then I will be back with you in just a moment after I have a slight meltdown to let you know which books I chose. Okay, so I have my 100 die. I don't, whatever this is, it goes to 100. But it's pretty big, so hopefully it will roll okay on here. Let's see what we get. Let's see what's on top. 93. The way that I did my roll for 100 list is I just typed in 100 books that are on my TBR from my shelves, and 93 happens to be Starsight. Okay, and I picked that one out as my choice. So now I still have 2 of my choices. Okay, let me recoup now. Okay, so I think I've picked my books. Number 1 was You Choose, and originally I pulled out Starsight, which is the 2nd book in the Skyward series, because I just finished book number 1. But then I rolled this on my roll for 100. So I'm keeping it, but it's now my roll for 100 book. So for my first You Choose, I'm going to put Cytonic, which is the 3rd book in that series. So I'm going to read book 2 and 3 this month. Next up was a book over 300 pages. So I'm going to pick The Great Hunt for that. Me and Alana are buddy reading this month. Also, my sister has picked up The Wheel of Time, and she is reading it as well. She's currently reading this one. So we should have just like made this our book club for this year. So like I said, I did my roll for 100. My 25 and 2025 book is Nevermore, which is the first of the supernatural novels. Alana and I are walking to an episode of this a day. My next You Choose, my next You Choose is going to be whatever our book club book is. I don't know in this moment what it is, because we're not meeting for book club until Saturday. Today is Monday. But just so that you know, it's whatever our book club book is. For cozy, I think I'm going to do A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic, because it's a little bit on the shorter side. It looks like it would be a quick read, and it looks like it would be cozy, kind of like the Great British Bake Off. I think it was like a comp to it. And I don't know, that just sounds good to me right now, for something cozy. A newer release, I am going to be reading The Secret of Secrets by Dan Brown. This was one of my most anticipated releases last year, and so I'm excited to finally get to it. Next up is a classic, and I think I'm going to read Fahrenheit 451. I think I've pretty much chosen this one. And then the last prompt was an intimidating book, or a book that I'm intimidated by, and I'm stuck between these 2. So the length is not what intimidates me about these books. It does a little bit in this one, but as you can see, I started this when I did my fall equinox for the Magical Readathon, and there's just a lot that goes on in it. It's definitely a book that I can't like just put in the audiobook and do a bunch of things while I'm listening. I have to be like invested and paying attention. It's just a lot. It's a lot of story, I think. This one is intimidating to me because it's been a couple of years now since I read the last Outlander book, and I am not going to go back and reread the other ones right now. I'm not saying that I will never reread them, but I just don't feel like rereading the series right now, and I don't know that I will anytime soon. So I'm gonna have to like decide, am I gonna like raw dog this book without going back to the rest of the series and refreshing my memory and just jump right in, or am I gonna read this giant thing when my TBR already looks like this? So I'm thinking that I'm gonna pick this one, and so that means that this is my TBR for February, plus whatever we decide for a book club book. So wish me luck.